All right, hi guys. This is Modern World History, the first three chapters. I'm going to give you a sort of a little overview of what you should focus your studies on, and just talk a little bit about the history. And I was a history major, and this is sort of my area of interest. Was actually this period of time. So around 1500 till after the Renaissance. That's where I focused a lot of my studies on, so I really like this part. So what we're going to be talking about is the period of time right around 1500, and actually a bit earlier even. Some of that will come in. You can see down here at the bottom of the map we have 1455. This is my whole screen is being filmed right now. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit so you just see the you don't see too much of my background here. Okay, all right. Put myself a little bit more in the middle here. Okay, so if you're looking at this map, we're starting in 1500. It's good if you kind of know where all these countries are too, but you can see that it was the Holy Roman Empire at this time. You had the Swiss Confederation already. They actually formed already in 1200. My family's from there. You have France, you got Spain, you got Portugal over here. Okay, and this was all, the Holy Roman Empire was all Catholic, okay? It was from, the Catholic religion was really big at this time, and the Pope was everywhere, and sometimes there were even two popes. There was a schism. You may have learned about that. But before I talk too much, what we're going to be focusing on is this man, Martin Luther, who's super, super important. You need to know about him, okay? He began the Reformation. So Reformation, he wanted to reform the church, okay, the Catholic Church. So you might make sure you know about him. Make sure you know kind of what some of these changes that are going to be happening, okay? These two parts is also an important part of our chapter here, is the Renaissance man versus the Renaissance woman. What is a Renaissance man? Well, it's someone who thinks they can pretty much do everything, or someone that has a ton of talent, really a lot of talent. And that's just giving you a really, really basic, okay, definition of it. All right, it's a little bit more than that. What gets talked about less is the Renaissance woman, of course. I mean, I hate to say it, but women have always been marginalized in society, and for many, many years. And so, and again, but there were women that were extremely influential. So have a look at the difference. Know the difference between, or know what a Renaissance man and a Renaissance woman is. There's really not difference. It's just gender, really. And then there's a couple important guys. One guy especially. I won't. You can read about him also. Like this man here, Michelangelo Buonarroti. Or so. I'm not perfect in Italian, but you want to know a little bit about Leonardo da Vinci for sure. He's a super famous guy. Another guy you want to know about is Machiavelli. Okay, he's super, super important, and he's a very interesting guy to read about. And the little book he wrote was The Prince, and it's not very long. Sometimes we read little excerpts from it, so definitely know about Machiavelli. Okay, and what he is. There's a good chance you may have a little less short answer question on him. Okay. Like, do you think that this guy is actually right or wrong? Okay. Why? Okay. Another important man is Thomas More. Definitely know about him. And then there were some women who were really, really influential as well. One of them was Christine de Pizza. All right. She's probably from France. All right. So women are starting to try to have a voice, and that's really, really hard. Okay, you can see down here it says, question the different treatment of boys and girls. This was already happening in 1500, and believe me, that didn't really end for even when I was a kid. They said girls are not good at math and science. That's just wrong. Okay. So my sister actually struggled in math, and she ended up doing really well in science. So that proved that wrong. But that was kind of what people believed for many, many years. Okay, another guy is William Shakespeare. He was super, super famous guy. You all know him. You want to know read a little bit about him. He became really influential at that time. The other guy you need to know about is Johann Gutenberg, which means good mountain. Okay, my name is Spiegelberg. It means mirror mountain. So yeah, German names, Swiss names often have a meaning. Usually they come from that region. I talked about that a little bit. But you want to know about Gutenberg, he made this printing press. And this is a huge, huge thing. And it had social effects, political effects, economic effects. We're going to talk about that more. And here's just a little summary. Make sure you know about the changes in the arts, the changes in society, what kind of things happen there. Okay, city life in Renaissance Europe. Okay, lots of things changed. Okay, the sanitation, I believe, started becoming better. Okay, what people used to do, and this is no joke, people used to just take their night potties and stuff, and in the morning they would open their shutters and just throw it in the street. Disgusting, right? Totally disgusting. And so there was a lot of disease. Well, I started thinking about this stuff. There's a problem of joblessness. Okay, joblessness is a big problem. We might be able to compare it to today. There's more unemployment today than there's been ever, okay, or for a long time. Social, political, economic, religious. Wow, okay, this is exactly what we need to look at when we're studying history. When things happen, what's the social effect? What's the political effect? What's the economic effect? That's what you're going to be looking at when you do your blogs. All right. And then we have Martin Luther. Okay. And there's going to be a second part of this video, which I'm going to show a little bit later because I don't want to make these too long. But you're going to probably have 3 videos or so. So we're going to stop here. But Martin Luther is, of course, we started the chapter with this, and you need to know, what was it? What was wrong with the Catholic Church? What were they doing that made Martin Luther want to reform the church? He didn't necessarily want to start a brand new church and break away from Catholicism. He just wanted to reform it. And, people were trying to kill him practically. Okay. It was dangerous for him. And we'll get into what happened afterwards. Okay. So you need to know what problems there were, okay? And there was a lot of corruption in the Catholic Church, and that's something I'll talk about a little bit more probably next time, or we'll talk about it in class. All right, thanks, guys, and there'll be another video, so watch the second part as well. All right, adios.